Hello and welcome back, everybody. This is Grillenheimer. Now, what we have is cheese. It's back. Cheese grommet. Um, just want to do one last sort of send off to cheese, and well, it's more like this, isn't it? Anyway, and it's gosh, it's a love-hate relationship with cheese. No matter how you cut it. Anyway, the neat thing is that I actually kind of going off if I do talk about cheese anymore is today's video is about non-brand cheese and certain non-brand cheeses that I've had that I like that I don't like, and I try not to go to too many grocery stores in a trip. I was going to three. I would go to Walmart for certain staples that were cheaper than anywhere else. I would go to Publix for their buy one get ones. You know, you buy one, it's half off. I live in the South, and then we have a Winn-Dixie, not very close to the Publix near me, and I'll go to the Winn-Dixie, and sometimes because I really prefer their meat. Publix has a good meat department too, but something about Winn-Dixie, I like I'm afraid to buy meat from Walmart anymore. Just not going to do it. I'll just tell you that way. But one thing about Walmart is their non-brand cheeses are perfectly fine. Because you can get these huge trucks of these huge bags of cheese, shredded cheese, and their mozzarella is really good. I hate to admit that, but their non-brand, what is it? SE? No, that's Winn-Dixie's non-brand. The Walmart brand of shredded mozzarella cheese is just so good. I don't know why. It's not Kraft. It's not Sargento. It's not one of the Latin Mexican brands for like queso, which that stuff is just wonderful. It's just hard to get it right in the microwave, But something about the Walmart non-brand mozzarella cheese is really good. It mixes well with other cheeses. Of course, it's mozzarella. It's great if you want to sprinkle some extra cheese on those frozen pizzas that you get from the stores, no matter what pizza it is. Sprinkle a little more mozzarella on there and stick it in for maybe an extra minute and a half in the oven. And being sprinkled cheese, you can put it on anything. You can put it on your salad. You can put it on sandwich. You can put it in a pocket sandwich. That's what I do for my type 2 diabetes, trying to keep my bread intake at a minimum, but there's that. The mozzarella from Walmart is pretty darn good. Now, I don't like getting the chunk of mozzarella, and I've tried that, and even I got the non-brand of it from Winn-Dixie or Publix recently, and just doesn't have much taste. You get more taste out of your mozzarella when it's shredded, oddly enough. So there's that. And then let's go into, staying at Walmart. That's where this came from. This is their Colby, Colby Jack. And I actually got this. If you go in the deli, and you don't even ask for them to cut it. I forgot what time of the day I went. It was in the mid-afternoon or so. But on a Saturday, if you go up near the deli area, and every Walmart's about the same, but always a little different. But if you go off to the left of where you can walk up and ask for them to cut, meat, ham, chicken, cheese, whatever for you, sometimes they will have a section near between where they have like pepperoni and their frozen pizzas. They will have pre-cut cheeses. Mostly I've only seen normally two types. That's Colby Jack, maybe something else. Maybe some meats, but normally cheeses. And that's where I found this. And it'd be just like a couple of slices. I don't know if they're just doing it for excess, doing it so they don't have to wait on customers. And it's just a couple of slices, anywhere from $3, $3.50 to maybe $5 at the most. And you get a nice, I don't know, about 8 to 10 slices of decently thick, but not too thin, not too thick cheese. And it's not that bad. And it's Colby Jack. is not great Colby Jack. It doesn't have a lot of flavor, but it's good. It's edible. There is that. Now, I will say that if you go to Publix and get their Boar's Head brand, the Boar's Head has about at least 3 different kinds of tastes of Havarti. I love Havarti. Havarti, are you? No. Bad joke. But Havarti is very creamy. I really enjoy Havarti, and the Publix non-brand Havarti is very good. Of course, you get any non-brand cheese from Publix, it's going to be a little saltier than most of the other brands that they have, like Boar's Head. That's the staple of excellence for their deli and cheese in their deli, and there's not much of a choice. You have Boar's Head, you have their cheeses, but their Havarti is great. Of course, they're speaking in the vein of Havarti. There's a jalapeno Havarti. I think it's a hot Havarti, and then they have the pickle, the dill pickle Havarti. And I went on a binge I thought I'll try this, and I got a few slices, and it was actually pretty good. It was really surprisingly good. Add it to just a plain sandwich with, or like bologna or turkey or your Lando Frost meat or overly processed meat or whatever. It can make a sandwich taste really good, or even a just simple cracker, But yeah, the Walmart non-brand Colby Jack isn't bad. Their mozzarella, shredded mozzarella, is really addicting, oddly enough. Maybe that's how they meant to do that. I don't know. And then trying to stay in non-brand cheeses here. Oh, I lost my train of thought because I had a lot of things that I was wanting to talk about. Havarti was one of them. We've already gone over that. And that's right. And I think I've talked about this before on some of the other few cheese videos that I've done. We just like cutting the cheese down here in the South. Bad jokes aside, is the Kraft. Kraft is not a non-brand, but Kraft is mixing cheese flavors for the past couple of years now, and they're very soft cheeses. Don't use a butter knife to cut these things. You need a nice sharp knife. Or you can shred them, I guess. I've never tried them shredded, but my wife and I, with our health conditions, I'll slice it up and cut them up and give her some, because she can't go to work without being able to nibble on cheese. And the same here. And those cheeses, use a sharp knife. Be careful. And they're just so good. They have a mozzarella / cheddar, and I forgot the other one. They have at least 3, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good if you haven't tried them. And of course, the best thing to do is try to get it when it's like either 2 for $6 or maybe a buy one get one. But yeah, when it just comes to cheeses, probably some of the best non-brand cheese is going to be Publix, even though it's saltier than the normal. I've kind of got when it comes to Winn-Dixie, their deli is okay. Something about their meats, they're fine. They're fine. Their buffalo chicken is not the same. It's not as good as the Boar's Head that you can get, buffalo chicken you can get from Publix by any means. And it's okay. The selection is not as great as Publix either, but in their cheeses, I kind of gave up on. They're okay. They seem all very bland. And the non-brand for Winn-Dixie is the WD backwards, and they make it Dietz and Watson or something like that. And a lot of they're okay, but they seem very dry for a cheese, and that's being very general. But that's the truth. But that is the truth. And I would trying to cut down on prices some here and there the best I can, especially when I was, like I said, going to 3 different grocery stores back when we had coupons, because You know, why buy a paper for coupons anymore if you're going to spend $3 on a stupid paper? You know, once upon a time, the papers around here were a buck a piece. You go to the dollar store, and now I'm talking about coupons. A paper for $1. And you go to the dollar store and you buy 3, and you can triplicate, because that was the max you could buy at Dollar Tree. And when they used to sell the paper, what, 6-8 years ago, before it went up to $3 around here. And so we don't buy papers anymore, because it's just too outrageous. It has been too outrageous to try to spend $3 on a paper to maybe save $2.50 to $3 on your groceries. You might as well just go buy groceries instead of paying $9 in for 3 papers for coupons you may or may not like or find and can use. It's just, and I feel like this is all somewhat planned, but that's just me. That's a video for another day, maybe on a political nature. But yeah, and that is one thing I will say for this Walmart cheese, is that normally you like cheeses to get a little warm to help bring out the flavor in them, you know, at room temperature or so. But with the Walmart cheeses, these actually taste better cold. It almost seems to, the taste for the Walmart, I don't know what I'm sure it's probably all about the same process, but that's one thing I will admit for the Walmart cheeses, is that once it gets kind of warm, it starts to getting stiff quicker than most other cheeses. So it may be lacking in something for their quality, but you know, cold, it's not that bad. So that's really all I've got right now, is, you know, want to sort of, I guess I'm plugging. Is this a plug? It's a plug in some way or another, I guess. But the non-brand Walmart cheeses are a good buy, and they taste good, especially, like I said, in the mozzarella, shredded mozzarella, this Colby Jack. They do have about the same selection as, say, Winn-Dixie, though I would prefer it when it comes to non-brand cheese to go to Walmart over Winn-Dixie. But then I would also prefer Publix over Walmart. But you know, best thing, you know, download those apps, chase those sales when you can. But yeah, and if you have a Publix around you really, their deli is, they want to serve you. You're not going to walk into a Walmart where people don't want to serve you. Enough said. With sometimes workers, Walmart's filled with slothful workers, you know. What was the character out of that Disney movie? Anyway, but if you work at Walmart, sorry, but my aunt used to work at a Walmart for years, and she retired from Walmart, and she's very glad to be gone. I think she was a supervisor for a department or two. But, so, you know, if I make a generalization, I make a generalization. I'm sorry. But there you go. But thanks for watching. Cut your cheese and have some too. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.